The time is finally here, ladies and gentlemen. I finally make a video on Kirby. After all these years, and by all I mean one, of me shoving Kirby into every video I make, I finally make a fully dedicated Kirby video. Even though this is kind of a filler video, I finished writing the script for my next video, which is the top 10 chameleons. But I want it to be on my birthday, which is September 30th. So I kind of needed, it's too early to start editing it. I needed something to do. So I do plan on expanding this video further on. But for now, yeah, Kirby. I have way too much free time on my hands. When will the quarantine end? Please. I need to stop making these videos that no one watches. Like, this is a real tragedy of this year. Forget COVID or the protests or Smash players taking the name of a game too literally. No, this is the real tragedy. Anyways, I'm gonna make a video about the canon ages of Smash characters sometime. I don't know, whatever I feel like it, I guess. But for now, this is more of a theoretical video, less of a factual video that will end up being. So yeah. In my video covering SpongeBob, I mentioned that Kirby is only 8 inches tall. Sakurai confirmed this, but what does he know? What did he do? Make the character? No. Clearly I, a random 20-year-old in his parents' basement with 60 subs on YouTube, knows more about his creation than he ever will. There's always something weird about hearing Kirby. This is the same size as my dog. Like, this is a game all about killing galactic ending abominations, and majority of those abominations can fit in my car. It just doesn't feel right. So I did some digging, and I feel like I can make a decent argument that Kirby and the crew are bigger boys than they actually are in canon. The main crux of this theory is this. I personally believe the Kirby universe uses different measurements than we do in the real world. They may be 8 inches in their universe, but in our universe, they are far taller than 8 inches. Oh yeah, I'm going to be using feet and inches in this video because I'm a filthy American, and the US decided to be special and use a different unit of measurement for some godforsaken reason. However, so don't get roasted to like in the comments. I will post meters or centimeters or whatever conversion I need on screen if needed. So yeah, just look at the screen if you need to know what the conversion is. On my points or theories or whatever, I don't care. I'm not your freaking monkey. Dance like, oh, dance for me, do your video. I don't know what I'm doing. Point 1. The first point is kind of minor, but it is important to bring up and is a good start to this video. Let's talk about Adeline. Adeline is a character that first appeared in Kirby 64 or Dreamland 3. Maybe there's a character that looks like exactly like her, but she's called Ado or Ado. I don't know. Yep. Kirby lore is too complex for this video. Anyways, for the sake of this video, Ado, Adeline, same character. That's fine. Flavor text in Kirby 64 says that she's a newcomer to Dreamland and is not from Popstar. This would explain why she's so physically weak, as in the games, Kirby could beat her just by bumping into her. Adeline cannot harm Kirby physically, can only harm him with summons. She's even weaker than a Waddle Dee, at least in her first couple appearances. Adeline is actually from Earth, which does exist in the Kirby universe, but I'll get to that later. So, in other words, she's a normal human. And unless you're watching this video from Lilliput, I doubt you know anyone this small. Heck, the average size of a newborn is 20 inches, while canon Adeline is around 16 inches. And while she doesn't have a set age, I'm fairly certain she's older than a newborn. Again, I don't know her age, but she seems around like 10, 12 years old-ish, which would make her at the very most 5 feet. Kirby's around half her height, so that would make Kirby around 2 to 3 feet tall. This would apply to most Kirby characters like Mennonite, Nanity, base forms of Marks and Magalore, and so on. Hey, so remember when I talked about, like literally less than a minute ago, Earth appearing in the Kirby universe? What's wrong with my hair? I need to really comb my hair before. Anyways, Earth! it exists in the Kirby universe. You probably already knew that though, because the Shiver Star theory is like one of the 5 things people talk about when it comes to Kirby. But yeah, in Kirby 64, there's a planet you visit called Shiver Star. Looking at the level to select, it's obviously supposed to be a frozen over Earth. Playing this level shows it's abandoned, frozen over, full of robots. Kirby's just my favorite dystopian franchise, really. Basically, Earth was hit with a nuclear winter, robots took over, or something like that. I don't know, it doesn't really expand on it. Real world animals can be seen in tubes, really trying to recreate them. You visit really human-like buildings and even a mall that's been completely abandoned because of a horrible event. No, I will not make the obvious joke. This is less of a full theory on why Kirby is actually a big boy and more just supporting evidence on the Adeline theory. Adeline likely came from Shiver Star, but left for obvious reasons and came to Pop Star. Basically, this supports that Kirby is 2 to 3 feet in Earth terms, but comes from a place with different measurement units. Adeline likely came from Shiver Star, but left for obvious reasons and came to Pop Star, because Nintendo has this weird obsession with post-apocalyptic artists outliving the rest of the human race. Basically, this supports that Kirby is around 2 to 3 feet in Earth terms, comes from a different place with different measurement units. Kirby is an alien after all. People seem to kind of forget that. The final point probably doesn't even count in most people's eyes, but I do believe it is Kirby canon. I'm not talking about the anime, or the manga, or even Smash Bros. No. I'm talking about how in Kirby's Dream Land 3, many minor characters from Nintendo series make cameos as NPCs, but like Rob, the characters from some Japanese-only games. But the most important one is Samus. She appears in her full suit, sans a helmet, standing very tall and proud. Samus is canonically 6'3", and Kirby comes up to a little under her waist, so again, 2 to 3 feet. And before you bring up Smash Bros, remember, those are toys, and toys are not usually accurate to scale.
This is Godzilla. This is a freaking caterpillar. I don't think caterpillars are the same size as Godzilla.
Also, this isn't really a point, but I do want to bring it up. Kirby being only 8 inches is only set by Melee's trophy, and Smash trophies can be inaccurate. And Sakurai himself, which I know we should take as word of God, but you know, sometimes word of God can be stupid. And by sometimes, I mean J.K. Rowling's Twitter. Think about this. Nothing in Kirby itself shows that Kirby is 8 inches. It's just outside sources. If you never heard from that Sakurai interview that Kirby was 8 inches tall, would you really think that he's that small? Compare that to the information I displayed here, which all came from games Sakurai himself made, might I add. So, boom. Kirby is 2 or 3 feet tall. Compare that to me, who's a little taller than 6 feet, Adeline, who's around 4 to 5 feet, DD, who's around 5 to 6 feet, Birdman, who's around 8 inches, Furret, who is 5'11", Peppa Pig, who is 7 feet, Olaf from Frozen, who is 5'4", Caillou, who is 7'2", Wreck-It Ralph, who is 9 feet, Gru, who is 14 feet, and my collection of Shrek Hentai, which is 27 feet. So, that's a nice place to end this video, right? Wrong! I talked about Kirby, I didn't talk about every Kirby character. Not all of them though, because that'll take like 5 hours, like most of the notable ones. Yeah. Now, Kirby heights do often change a lot depending on the game, so I'm going to focus on whatever the character's newest appearance is, which mostly is storylines. As mentioned before, most characters are around Kirby's height and size, so Meta Knight, Bandana D, Taranza, Gooey, Dark Meta Knight, Rick, Kine, Koo, Susie, the Mages, Galactic Knight, Highness, and the biggest forms of Marks and Magalo are all around 2 to 3 feet. To bring back Marks, on his ball, he is around 4 to 5 feet. That's kind of ridiculous. This also applies to Adeline and Doroch. Ribbon is the smallest of the Dream Friends at only a foot tall, while Dee is around 5 to 6 feet, along with most of the mini bosses like Bonkers or Chef Kawasaki. Also, surprisingly, Marks' soul is only 6 feet tall. He wished for ultimate power, and he's still around the size of a normal human.
It's becoming increasingly obvious. I can deny it no longer! I am small.
Poor guy. This brings us to the bosses. I'm going to refer to this chart right here for most of them. I'm going to only focus on some of the more notable bosses. Maybe I'll return to this again and cover all the characters' heights. But for now, this is just kind of a very brief run-through of all these characters. Oh, and also, a lot of these are probably just this size for gameplay purposes and likely are bigger than they're shown in-game. But I can't really, prove that. That's just kind of a gut feeling, I guess you could say. Anyways, fast mode engaged. Base Sectonia is around 6 to 7 feet tall. Dark Nebula, Drossia, and Dynablade are around 8 to 9 feet tall. 0 and 02 around 10 to 11 feet. Magalor's Soul and Nightmare come in around 14 feet. Wisty Woods is also at least around 10 feet, possibly a bit more because you can't really see his full body. And Krakow is also around 6 to 7 feet tall. When it comes to the biggest characters in Kirby though, there's no contest. Nova, Stardream, and the Dreamstock Sectonia are all easily take the cake. All three of them being the size of a planet. And because that's what I like to do with these kind of videos, here's a tier list. It's pretty banging if I do say so myself. There we go. The end of my first, maybe, Kirby video. I did have another video planned. I didn't like how it was turning out. I started this back before I even started rating the top 10 anti-villains. Not this video. This video was done like after the Snoopy video. The video I'm talking about is the original Kirby video I was planning on doing. I didn't like how it was turning out. Dragged on a lot. It wasn't very funny, so I just kind of scrapped it. But I do want to still do Kirby videos because again, I love Kirby, and this is mostly just a filler video. Like another filler video, like a channel update or something. But yeah. So yeah, this is just kind of my first Kirby video is just kind of more of a test. If you have any ideas for Kirby videos, put them down in the comments below. I love this franchise, like my second favorite game of all time. And stay tuned for more videos, and of course the whole full Smash Heights video. You're supposed to see Smash Heights and weights, but I couldn't. I don't know how to calculate weight. Maybe I can when I start writing that video. But yeah, thanks and goodbye. Wait, I said it was my second favorite game, right? You're probably wondering what the first one is. That's pretty easy. You probably already know what that game is. It is, of course, Raid Shadow Legends, today's sponsor. Forget what you've heard about mobile games, because Raid is here to change everything. Raid Shadow Legends is an immersive online experience with everything you'd expect from a brand new RPG title. It's got an amazing storyline, awesome 3D graphics, giant boss fights, PvP battles, and hundreds of never-before-seen champions to collect and customize. Currently, almost 10 million users have joined Raid over the past 6 months, and it's one of the most impressive games in its class with detailed models, environments, and a smooth 60 frames per second animation. All the champions in the game are customized with unique gear that changes your strategic buffs and abilities. The dungeon bosses have some ridiculous skills on their own, and figuring out the perfect party and strategy to overtake them is a lot of fun. Currently, with over 300 bajillion reviews, Raid is almost a perfect score on the Play Store. The community is growing fast, and the highly anticipated new faction war feature is now live. You might even find my squad out there in the arena. It's easy to start now than ever. With rates programs for new players, you get new daily login rewards for the first 90 days you play the game. What are you waiting for? Go to the video description, click on the special link down below, and you'll get 5 bajillion silver and a free epic champion as part of the new player program to start your journey. Good luck, and I'll see you there. This wasn't an actual sponsor, please don't sue me.
Go!